creatine plus HMB combo. We have been super excited about this one.
Yes.
Also, we've been using it for
Since high school.
right. I mean, specifically this one, we've been using it for a while. But really, guys, creatine is one of the most research and proven supplements.
50 plus years.
Yeah, for boosting muscle power, strength, overall performance.
Recovery.
And there's so many in recovery, and there's so many other things about it that people don't really understand, and that really has to do with the brain. And that's a lot of it what we want to drill home with today.
Absolutely.
Because of the fact that we all associate creatine with muscle building,
and
bodybuilders, men.
Right.
So we're gonna bash a little, not bash, but we're gonna uncover a little bit of those stigmas because it is not just for men. I have been taking it myself for a very long time. It is so crucial to your health. I mean, again, the studies are there, 50 plus years that that creatine is 100% effective. I mean, this is legit. Like we all need to be taking this every single day.
Hundreds of studies.
And then we've also added HMB. So Ryan's going to go into the science behind it all, and then I'll probably interrupt when he starts to get a little too.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, you're right on the money. And both of these, the creatine and the HMB, are just derivatives or metabolites of other amino acids. So for creatine, creatine is a naturally occurring non-essential amino acid. It's a derivative of other amino acids. So our body does make it on its own somewhat. So like our body on average needs 1 to 3 grams roughly of creatine a day just to function. And so half of that comes from diet though, but dietary sources are somewhat limited. We can only find it in red meat, seafood, really those 2 main categories. So vegetarians, of course, don't get enough typically creatine. And then the rest of it the body can make on its own by breaking down tissues and freeing it up and making creatine. So by the liver and the kidneys. But yeah, and because of that though, creatine has played such an important role in our smooth muscle, so in our skeletal muscle and high energy demand centers like our brain and our heart. And so, but like Lisa said, 50 plus years, hundreds of studies, and there's 100% it works. And so why are not more people not taking it? Do you have a good answer to that?
Right.
I know a lot of people are, don't get me wrong.
No, I really
very popular in the bodybuilding, weightlifting.
But I think outside of that, why they don't is just because of that stigma. We think like, oh, it's just for bodybuilding, it's just for men, and this whole thing of it causes you to gain weight, which we're also going to debunk that too.
Yeah, totally. So listen to this real quick, and we'll talk about creatine first, then we'll talk about HMB. So if you think about creatine as a source of fuel, and it deposits in our tissue, so it's in our tissue. So an average person has about between 100 and 120 millimoles per kilogram, right? When you start supplementing with creatine, it can go as high as 160 millimoles per kilogram. And that's just the concentration in the tissue. So now you're talking about roughly a 30% plus increase in deposits, in stores of creatine. And that's a really important concept because people often think that like they need to take, and this is me, I feel kind of guilty for doing this, but I'll take it before a workout thinking it's fuel for my workout. That's actually that's not the truth.
Right.
Yeah, you can take it after. It's actually preferred to be taken after work. We'll talk about that later on how to take. But so the benefits are though, not just for people, and Lisa wants to talk about this too, but not just for athletes. It is for everybody. It's for everybody because creatine being a major contributor of fuel for the cells and respiration, it's great for everything Lisa said. And now for brain health, I'm just so excited to have this product finally on the market for us.
And a lot of it with brain health. So as with many things, unfortunately, things decline as we age.
Oh, true.
Things decline with also stressors. So if you think about like the creatine levels in our brain, even stressors of like lack of sleep, too much exercise, things like that can cause the depletion. So that's where the benefit of supplementing with creatine for the brain shows like increased cognitive function, improved memory, and then the extreme stressors, right? Injury, trauma.
Good point.
Stuff like that is the same thing that also decreases the creatine, and studies are proven to help benefit the brain in these individuals.
Yeah, I love the point you just made though. For people that have injuries, creatine has been shown to be extremely beneficial in the recovery of these injuries. So, I mean, obviously as athletes, we all get injuries, but people just in general are always dealing with pain and musculoskeletal related injuries. So creatine is an awesome tool for that as well.
Right.
Awesome.
So we've got muscle, energy, brain, recovery,